when a storm would come, it would get really bad out here in this pool. And her bulkhead would be something else now. The garage was the one that said.
What's the roof?
It was further up there.
They were further in.
I know. They weren't out here. Because we didn't have to go out far. We could stay in there and go straight
pretty much
across.
come straight across.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth,
Everybody does that.
you could have a whole couch to yourself. You would
You got a fish.
you would lay down and stretch out.
Oh yeah, he does. You missed it.
A fish.
He went right over our head. We had a fish.
Taking a video of Libby. Baby Roo. Baby Roo.
It could be that one right there.
I'm thinking that. I'm thinking this one.
Yeah. But would they put big windows in a garage like that? Or did they add
I'm
on
thinking
to
this
it?
is either the one or this is the one that Andy ran through the flower pot with.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. It could be the one next door. They could have added on the roof.
They didn't have rocks in front of it the last time I was here.
I said they had a cement bulkhead like we did, but that could be gone because it's like been that long. And the storms get really rough out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was down much further than this.
It ain't on this one.
It could have been down here.
Huh?
It could have been right here. No, she was past the turning through. John, they build them up so much that it's like you can't even tell. You might be able to tell from the roadside. I ain't been up there for a long time.
I just tried to speed up and slow down.
Yeah. You never came here for this, did you? See now over there used to be an RV park. That used to be one of those KOA RV parks. And people used to bring their RVs, but they would canoe up in there and all. Where that beach is, that was all the stuff here. Because I used to be back down there with that family.
What would happen if I sat with you and there was no room for baby Ruth? Would she stay by herself?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
she's gonna take the whole
She
thing.
did it.
She's like the north
She's pretending she's Rose.
You see where those cliffs are? That was all cornfields on the top there. And we used to walk from the end where the houses are all the way up. See now, there's the end of my road. This is all we were allowed to do, was from here to there and up there. We're going to go across to the. But we were in Evelyn's house one day in the winter when a deer slept over. It was like spring, and he must have been so confused. He was almost dead by the time he got there. They helped him get out. But he really didn't need to. I think that is the Evelyn's house. Right there, that little white one with the big trees. She had a big weeping willow in the front tree. It's huge in the front yard. And Aunt Lil's house is up here further. And they ripped it all down and made it huge, and I think it's blue. But she was further up the road. They had big high boat rims. They had big high boat, rims. And they went straight up. This was like big cement. Because it was high. And her house was next to Mr. Price. Had an empty lot in between. So her house was right around here. I think. You just can't even recognize them anymore. Because they put such big houses.
That's
It's good
nice
to-
of her
It's good to let dogs lick yours.
to rub her dead fish breath on you.
It's okay, dogs have stuff that heal things, don't they?
I think that's some made up bullshit. I think I just watched that dog eat a dead fish.
I don't care. That hurt it. It was sore. Baby cutting my little scar. See how the stones are propped up real high? I do believe this is Aunt Will's house now. That one right there. The bigger and huger and stuff there. And it is. Because that's Mr. Brice's house. And this big tall one, that was the empty lot.
That was what?
It was an empty lot
Oh.
that Mr. Greif owned. Mr. Greif was rich. His wife was one of the Lobines that owned the memorial
Cemetery,
things.
yeah.
Not the cemetery, the monument.
Low
place.
line markers.
Yeah. And that was like a really big thing. And that was Mr. Greif's house. And these are the only Chatham walkers I ever know. They don't even look the same because there's houses over there that never used to be. Are you going in the creek? Going in the creek? All right. These are the only Chatham walkers I ever knew. We had 4 of them. It was big time. But that's where we used to walk and go soft paddling and then near a beach over there now because the tide's still high.
Yeah.
We used to walk that whole thing down to them cliffs down there. It's crazy.
Yeah. We're really bored right now. What are you talking about?
It was a good thing. I think Skeeter was biting me. I didn't even know it.
You brought bug spray. You bring all this shit and then you don't use it.
I know, I forget about it. And I
It's
don't
in
know
there.
a bit. I don't
It's
know a bit.
in there.
The inlet's getting
Babe
smaller
Ruth
and
was getting
smaller.
the I sprayed her. Smaller and smaller. Why?
Because I know. See, she doesn't get what I mean. This was like a public beach.
Yeah.
You couldn't swim here unless you were a
Resident.
And the inlet has moved because it used to be a little beach over there. Remember swimming over there on that side of the beach? You knew you could swim, but you knew you could swim when you were a kid, when you could swim the channel, because all that was dredged, and you couldn't touch the bottom out there when the tide was high. And then they used to dredge over there beside that. Look, see, because that's all gone. Remember that was all creosote bulkhead, and now it has a jetty that it never had. Yeah, but look, the little. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. Rocks in front of it. It used to just be a wooden bulkhead. It never had rocks.
Bulkheads are the
And this-
worst for the environment, and then rocks are the second best, and then natural shoreline is the best.
Yeah, but this all used to be a beach that came out here.
Yeah.
And then you swam over. And all that used to be out there.
Yeah.
See where that seam moved over?
Yeah.
It used to be here. That was a cove where we used to get stuck in the mud like you did in Smith Island too. We was in the slop. And they used to dredge this. And that's where we used to go under that pier to dig for clams. They would squirt up in the air and there were those clams with the snouts. And that's what you put in the eel traps to catch eels. And this big, huge house used to be a little, oh no, it's still there. That was Mr. Schumann's house. That little house there. But it didn't have a roof then. It wasn't two-story. They were all houses like these. None of them were 2 stories. Do you see what this dead over here? It's weird, ain't it? All the sand must have forced over here.
I like these boat names. That one's Whatever. This one's Worthless Crew.
That would be us.
Yeah.
I'm a worthless crew. I fell on the face. See where those piers are over there? That used to be all woods. We used to soft crab all along there. And
Yeah.
and slosh in the mud.
Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth is planning her escape.
Me and Greta had Mr. Gus's rowboat. You know, his niece that came from Norway. And she thought it was so cool to dip the females off. And we got back home and my mother was like, gee, they're all females.
Yeah.
And you could keep them back then.
Yeah.
And I said, I know, but we didn't, it was just something to do. Yeah, she was kind of bored. Now, Bernard used to take the boat and go around this bend up there, and he used to cross Route 50 here. We never did that way. Climb out of the boat, leave the boat by the edge, and cross and go to the store. You could go to Grayson-Ville from over there. But back here, me and Alyssa went back here, and Papa always told me it was farm back there. When I went back there, I was like, holy moly, on the road. But now there's all houses there. And but this is what the houses look like when I was without the big decks. There was no decks back then. But they redid all these. But most of them were just little houses like these.
Yeah.
They put a roof on my house too. We were in up there around the corner. And in this house here, there was a mean black dog. And he was a little hot dog, but he would chase you on a bicycle like a little bitch.
You should have kicked him.
You just used to hold your feet up.
Should have kicked
You would
him.
get going real fast when you passed his house, and his people didn't
Yeah.
care.
They probably hated children. These people have a large in-ground pool.
Okay, there's where Mr. Coleman lived. They kept the boathouse. Remember I told you there was a boathouse? Here they do. Remember I told you there was a boathouse? They kept the boathouse, but they redid
Yeah.
the house. And this house here was never
Ruth is
there.
thinking of jumping out to eat this bird.
They built the house. This used to be all
Do you
grass.
see Ruth planning on eating this bird?
Where are you going? He doesn't go over where I live. That's Gerald's boat. Gerald, he still crabs. He's my next door neighbor. And he bought his mother and father's house and he lives down here now. He's lived down here since. And this, see this little house down here on the water? There's a tiny little house, and that's where Mr. Gus lived. I used to help him cut his grass, and he would make his steak dinners. Back in the day, he probably would have been a pervert, but he wasn't. He was just a nice old man, and he spoke with a Norwegian accent. And Miss Johnson and Mr. Johnson lived here, and he's the guy that used to pee. He's the guy that used to pee. And
Used to
no,
pee.
it's
You
that.
need to
He used
elaborate
to
on
pee in
that.
front of us.
Oh,
He
well,
used to
he
pee
was
in
the
front of
pervert
us.
then.
I believe that could be him. Come on, no. Miss Catherine, I'm like, that's him. Okay, this was Mr. Gus's house. That was Miss Johnson's house. This house was never, oh, this is my house.
This little blue
Dear
one?
Lord. I don't even know where I am.
This blue
They
house.
added on to it.
This blue
Yeah,
and
'cause
white
they
house.
added on to it. Yeah, and this one was an empty lot next door. And that was where Mr. Grady and Miss Mary lived, in that house with the red roof. That's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blue house was my house. Is it the blue house? Yeah, because this
Doggies.
is Gerald's house has a,
Doggish.
Gerald's house had a fireplace. And when they built this one, we thought this was so cool because they were building it, and we went
What,
in
the
before-
pier? The house?
No,
This
was a
little-
with the little gazebo.
Oh, so
In fact,
cool.
that might have been
So
when we
cool.
moved here. All this was woods, except for there's one house down here that was here, and it was Mr. Their name began with an S too. Oh, none of this was here. This was all woods when we lived here. And this little lot over here, this is where Harvey lived. Back here in the trailer.
You can't do that. You gotta get over here. Come on.
There's Lizzie's booth, Beyond Blessed.
Ruth is thinking of eating a duck.
This is where you would see snakes and turtles swimming back here. And when we were swimming out there, we used to all swim in and get over here. Okay. This house was here, but now it's all redone. This one right here is the old house.